Good morning, everyone. It's Elizabeth Amber, your superhero stylist. I'm bringing you the next segment of my New York Comic Con recap. This is specifically about gaming and comic book related gaming that I watched. I didn't actually try out the demos myself because I'm just a really slow gamer, and so I actually just watched more experienced gamers at what they were doing. So the first place, of course, I checked out was Champions Online, and there were parts of it that looked pretty cool. They really did sort of capture a comic book environment, but Champions is developed by Cryptic Studios, which used to be the developer for City of Heroes, which is what I play. And it sort of looks like a City of Heroes ripoff, and it doesn't even look that good. I mean, okay, it's just a demo, so we don't really know what it's going to be like. But what I definitely got the feeling of is that it's just, there's not that much to the game. There's not that, it seemed very simple, very toned down. Now, they took it from the RPG into video gaming, where I think people are going to expect more. When you're sitting around a table and you're doing an RPG, you have all of this interaction. It could take you 2 hours to get through something that in a video game will take you 5 minutes. And it's because you don't need that game master describing every single detail of a room. It's just there and it's visual. So it really will speed things up along. You don't need to wait your turn to have an action. If there's a box you have to open, you just go click the box. And so I think they're going to have to really put more into it. And I'm not going to be too judgmental yet, because when City of Heroes started, let's face it, I started back in, I think, issue 3. It is a completely different game. We're up to like 13 or 14 now. So I absolutely will acknowledge that a game does develop over time, especially with something this massive. So I wasn't all that impressed, but the jury is still out, and let's face it, it was just a demo. I also then went over to the DC Universe booth, where I was completely blown away. I thought it was very, very impressive. Now, some of the actions were a little bit jutty, not as smooth as they could possibly be. But environment-wise, it's gorgeous. They did not have the character creator yet, which is what I wanted to see. I was told that it's kind of in pieces. So somehow they had 8 playable characters, but it's like, if you don't have your character generator, then how did you actually get 8 playable characters for the demos? I don't know how that works coding-wise, but I guess it's that they don't have the interface ready to get the different costuming elements put together. But then I heard a rumor, and this is just from somebody else that happened to be at the con. This wasn't from any of the guys at DC, that only Metropolis would be available at launch as a game map. But when I talked to somebody at DC well over a year ago, he said that he had already done his own demos and had been flying through Metropolis and had seen Gotham. And so, to me, I would really just consider that a rumor and just not take it very seriously. But you never know. They might say, hey, we're launching with Metropolis because we want to get it out there. They have no release date yet. They are in pre-alpha testing, not even in beta testing yet. So basically, I think right now that's where the chimpanzees are just like trying to hack at it and break it. Let's see, what else do we have about that? When it comes to power sets in DC, there aren't any classes. You're basically going to be able to switch from a scrapper, tanker, melee character into a more defensive, ranged character. It's just a matter of which power tray you're activating at the time, and that's pretty cool. So if you have, for example, I think they call them light powers, which might be Green Lantern-ish, I'm not sure. But if you have light powers, you can make swords out of them, so you could have up-close melee fighting, or you could actually blast things, really far with a long-range shot. But if you want to check it out for yourself, there are some demos and trailers and things out there on the web. Check out GameSpot, for example. And that's my gaming wrap-up. So as far as Champions versus DC, I'm seriously waiting for DC. I don't even think Champions will be given a chance in this household. But we're sticking it through City of Heroes until we even consider any of that. Thanks for tuning in. Be sure to subscribe before you log out.